deeper into the numbers, we can see that the contraction was largely broad-based. We almost saw every segment of the economy being negatively affected. Consumer spending, investment with regards to inventory, non-residential as well as residential investment was affected, as well as state and local government spending was also lower. The only partial offset to all these declines was increased federal government spending. Consumer spending, which accounts for almost 70% of GDP, was down for both services, and this was led by lower healthcare spending and lower good purchases, and this was led by a reduction in footwear and clothing purchases. So lower consumer spending is also apparent in the increase of personal disposable income as people stayed home, and as well as increases in government and social benefits, which outpaced their losses in income. Any recovery does remain fragile as well as uncertain. Particularly concerning is the recent uptick in the number of new COVID-19 cases, which makes any Q3 economic activity vulnerable to renewed government shutdowns. Currently, the unemployment rate is over 10%, and there have been about 13 million jobs that were lost since the start of the pandemic in February of 2020. These benefits have provided liquidity to the unemployed. It's estimated that about 70% of those currently receiving these unemployment benefits earn more now than they did when they were employed. So this issue clearly affects a large portion of the population and does have significant implications with regards to the future of consumer spending and the potential uptick in delinquency in consumer loans. So while the stimulus does prop up the economy in the short term, it's not without its costs. The U.S. Treasury estimates that the total borrowing at the end of fiscal year 2020 will be $4.5 trillion. And this is triple the amount of last year's debt, and it also significantly outpaces the borrowing that we saw during the global financial crisis in 2008. The ongoing deterioration in the U.S. public finances does have the potential to impact the country's credit rating as debt to GDP rises substantially.